Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India, India's voice to the world. This is Sports Bus, your 30-minute wrap on all that's happening in the world of sports. I'm Arnold Thomas. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Chennai look to avenge loss against Lucknow in their IPL contest later today. Both teams are eager to break out of the mid-table logjam. Inter Milan crowned Italian champions for the 20th time, beat city rivals AC Milan 2-1. World Anti-Doping Agency defends its actions over Chinese swimmers' doping allegations. US ADA and others suggest a possible cover-up. Well, Chennai and Lucknow will face each other for the second time in the last 4 days when they take the field today in Chennai. Revenge will be on the minds of Chennai stars as they were handed an 8-wicket defeat by Lucknow last week. The win saw KL Rahul-led side pull level on points with the reigning champions in the ongoing IPL season. Lucknow have 8 points from 7 matches, having won 4, losing 3. Chennai have a same record, but they have a better net run rate compared to Lucknow. Yashasvi Jaiswal scored a sensational century as Rajasthan beat Mumbai comfortably by 9 wickets in the ongoing IPL 2024 season on Monday night. Chasing 180 run target, Jaiswal scored a fluent 104 of 60. It was Rajasthan's 7th win of the season and extended their lead at the top of the points table to 4 points. Jaiswal was assisted brilliantly by Jose Butler and Sanju Samson in the chase. Earlier, Sandeep Sharma took his first 5-wicket haul to restrict Mumbai to 179 for 9 in the stipulated 20 overs. Tilak Verma was the top scorer for Mumbai with 65, while Nihal Vadera chipped in with a quick-fire 49. Bangalore have always been a team with immense potential. However, despite individual brilliance, they find themselves languishing at the bottom of the table, leaving fans shocked and bewildered. They are yet to clinch the coveted IPL title. So what exactly is the reason behind Bangalore's perpetual underperformance? Let's take a look at this report and understand why they stumble time and again.
For 17 seasons of the Indian Premier League, Royal Challengers Bangalore have been a team with star-studded lineups, boasting some of the biggest names in cricket. Yet, despite their formidable roster, they have consistently struggled to clinch the coveted IPL title. Even in the current IPL 2024 season, they find themselves languishing at the bottom of the table, leaving fans scratching their heads. So, what exactly is the reason behind RCB's perpetual underperformance? Poor team balance. While having star players is undoubtedly an advantage, cricket is a team sport that requires a delicate balance between batting, bowling and fielding. RCB has often found itself relying too heavily on its top-order batsmen, lacking depth in the middle order and bowling department. Over-reliance on individuals. RCB has had some exceptional individual performances over the years, such as Virat Kohli and Avi de Villiers. However, cricket matches are won by team efforts, and RCB has sometimes struggled to perform collectively when it matters most. Inconsistent form. Despite having a strong squad on paper, RCB has been plagued by inconsistency. Players who perform exceptionally well in one match might fail to deliver in the next, leading to a lack of momentum and rhythm throughout the season. Bowling ooze. Bowling has often been RCB's Achilles heel. While they have had some talented bowlers in their ranks, they have struggled to find a cohesive bowling unit that can consistently deliver under pressure. This has often resulted in conceding large totals or failing to defend manageable ones. Captaincy and strategy. Leadership plays a crucial role in any team sport, and RCB has seen its fair share of changes in captaincy over the years. While Virat Kohli has seen a stalwart for the team, some argue that the lack of a consistent and visionary captaincy approach has hindered RCB's chances of success. Pressure and expectations. With a passionate fan base and high expectation from team owners and supporters alike, RCB players often find themselves under immense pressure to perform. This pressure can sometimes lead to players underperforming or making rash decisions on the field. Despite these challenges, RCB remains one of the most popular and exciting teams in the IPL, with a loyal fan base that continues to support them through thick and thin. While their quest for an IPL title may have seemed elusive so far, and RCB fans will continue to hope that their team can overcome these obstacles and emerge victorious in the seasons to come. Narayan Singh's report for DD India.
Well, Deepa Karmakar, the star athlete of Tripura who made the entire country proud in the Olympics, is also the ambassador for the Lok Sabha polls. DD India's Deepika interacted with the star athlete where she talked about the development of Tripura, her plans for the future, and also said India is going to create history at the upcoming Paris Olympics. Take a listen.
Tripura East constituency is all set to go to the polls on the 26th of this month, and we have with us the celebrated Olympian of gymnastics from India and especially from the state of Tripura, Deepa Karmakar, who is also the ambassador of Election Commission here to promote and to also motivate all the first-time voters especially. How do you look at this role of an ambassador, especially as a female face from here Tripura?
इलेक्शन डिपार्टमेंट ने मुझे चूज किया इलेक्शन आइकॉन की, तो सच में बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी है एज ए फीमेल। और क्योंकि फीमेल हमेशा देखा जाता है कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा पीछे, बट मुझे लगता है हम अभी कहीं पीछे नहीं है, हम बहुत आगे बढ़ चुके हैं। और स्पेशली न्यू वोटर्स जो है, मैं इनको बोलूँगी आप सब लोग वोट देने आइए, क्योंकि वोट ऐसे एक उस दिन फेस्टिवल होते तो आप सब उस दिन छुट्टी नहीं होते, सब अपने घर से आइए, अपने फैमिली फ्रेंड्स और जितने भी रिलेटिव है उस इलाका में उस सबको लेके आइए और वोट दीजिए, क्योंकि वोट हमारा अधिकार है।
When we talk about female participation and females development, how do you look at the development, especially you've been an athlete and you are training since almost 2 decades?
5-6 साल पहले आई, 2016 रियो से पहले ये जिम नहीं था। एज ए एथलीट ये जिम है, और इस जिम में सबसे अच्छी बात यह है सारे के सारे इंटरनेशनल इक्विपमेंट है, इंडियन इक्विपमेंट नहीं है जो फ्रांस से इक्विपमेंट मंगवाया। तो मैं एज ए एथलीट और स्पेशली फीमेल के हिसाब से मुझे लगता है स्पोर्ट्स में बहुत ज़्यादा डेवलप्ड हुआ है, और स्पेशली मेरे स्टेट में तो बहुत ज़्यादा, क्योंकि हमने कभी सोचा ही नहीं इतना बड़ा जिम विथ फोम पिट विथ इंटरनेशनल इक्विपमेंट के साथ हमें मिल सकता है, जो अभी मिल गया हमें। और आगे जनरेशन के लिए इनके पास बहुत सारे अपने स्टेट को, अपने कंट्री को रिजल्ट देने के लिए है, क्योंकि बहुत अच्छा कोचेस भी है। जो मेरे कोच है नंदी सर, उन्होंने बहुत ज्यादा हार्ड वर्क किया।
Do you see the number of medals going up from the previous edition of Tokyo Olympics to now Paris Olympics?
पहले टोक्यो से बहुत ज्यादा मेडल बढ़ेगा, पहले रियो में था, उससे बाद टोक्यो में बढ़ा, अभी मुझे लगता है बहुत बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ेगा, क्योंकि सबके अंदर ऐसा है स्पेशली कि अगर हम मेडल जीते, सबसे बड़ी बात होती है एज ए एथलीट मेरा कि हम पीएम सर से मिल पाते, जो पहले नहीं था, तो उसके लिए एक बहुत ज्यादा बूस्टअप होते। हमारे जो खेलो इंडिया स्कीम और बहुत सारे टॉप स्कीम है, उसकी वजह से एथलीट को बहुत ज्यादा सपोर्ट मिल रहा है। वो लोग एब्रॉड ट्रेनिंग कर रहे हैं, एब्रॉड वहां पे रह से डायरेक्टली कॉम्पिटिशन में आ रहे, तो इस कारण परफॉर्मेंस में बहुत ज्यादा, और उससे फाइनेंशियली बहुत हेल्प होती है, क्योंकि एज ए एथलीट उनको फिटनेस ट्रेनिंग बहुत सारी चीज की जरूरत होती है, जो उससे बहुत हेल्प होती है। टोक्यो से ज्यादा पेरिस में हमारी मेडल आएगी और नए फेस दिखने को मिलेगा, जिनके पास बहुत ज्यादा क्वालिटी है, जो अभी शायद पहले नहीं मेडल नहीं देखा, अभी नया फेस आएंगे। और मैं चाहती हूँ कि सच में बहुत आगे बढ़े और हमारी कंट्री पहले से उसके डबल मेडल की क्वालिटी हो जाए।
Indeed, so this is a big news. Deepa Karmakar is very optimistic that the numbers would go up as compared to the Tokyo Olympics, and here Paris Olympics is going to be a superb show. With camera person Kumar Datta, this is Deepika reporting for DD India from Tripura.
Well, Spain's World Cup winning midfielder Antina Bonmati was named the Sportswoman of the Year, while Serbia's tennis star Novak Djokovic captured the top men's honour at the 24th annual Laureus Award ceremony on Monday. Bonmati had previously cemented a place at the top of women's football by winning FIFA's The Best Ballon d'Or and the World Cup Most Valuable Player, among other accomplishments. She made her way to the stage for a second time on Monday night as the Spanish women's football team were named the Team of the Year. The Spanish team becomes the first female squad to win this award. Meanwhile, seven-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady handed Djokovic his fifth Lotus Award after the top-ranked tennis player enjoyed a remarkable 2023 year. Djokovic reached all four Grand Slam finals, winning 3 to equal Margaret Court's all-time record haul of 24 Grand Slam crowns. Still to come on DD India Sports Buzz. Barcelona chief demands Real Madrid replay if VAR error found. Indian tennis ace Rohan Bopanna conferred with the prestigious Padma Shri. India's southern state of Karnataka gets ready for polls in 2 phases. Congress-ruled state looks to checkmate BJP in the land of sandalwood. It's the ultimate battle of guarantees. What will resonate with the voters in battleground Karnataka? Watch the Great Indian Election at 8:30 p.m. IST and 1500 hours GMT. Only on DD India.
Deep poll pulse has reached here in Bangalore, the capital of the down south poll-bound Karnataka.
National elections are more worried about national security.
The right person, if you vote, it will take your country in a right direction.
Voting is very important because the only rights we have.
It is a straight contest between the two arch rivals, the ruling dispensation Congress party and the principal opposition BJP.
Hype versus facts. In-depth news and analysis with experts who will help you decide why this election matters. DD India is the main election headquarters with numbers most accurate, data most reliable, and viewership across the platforms. Stay tuned to the Great Indian Election only on weekdays at 8:30 p.m. IST and 1500 hours GMT.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Sports Buzz. I'm Anil Thomas. Well, Indian tennis star Rohan Bopanna was conferred with India's 4th highest civilian award, the Padma Shri, by President Draupadi Murmu on Monday evening. Bopanna was given the award for the recent fine performance that lit up the world of tennis. He, along with Australia's Matthew Ebden, secured the Miami Open men's doubles title in March this year. Before the Miami Open super success, the duo had defeated Italy's Simone Bolelli and Andrea Vasari in straight sets in a thrilling final to win the Australian Open doubles title earlier this year. It was Bopanna's 2nd Grand Slam title and his first in men's doubles. With the win, he also became the pair became the oldest Grand Slam champion. In a big revelation, the World Anti-Doping Agency, in short WADA, has confirmed reports that 23 Chinese swimmers tested positive for a banned drug before the Tokyo Olympics. But ironically, no action was taken. After the report was made public, WADA came up with a bizarre explanation that it accepted China's findings that this was due to substance contamination. The games were delayed and began in July 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and China's 30-member swimming team won 6 medals, including 3 gold medals. Let's take a look at this detailed report.
The World Anti-Doping Agency WADA has confirmed reports that 23 Chinese swimmers tested positive for a banned drug before the Tokyo Olympics. WADA said it accepted the China's findings that this was due to substance contamination. The swimmers tested positive for banned substance trimetazidine months before the games, which began in the Japanese capital in July 2021 due to COVID pandemic. China's anti-doping agency, CHINADA, called the reports misleading. The agency claimed that the positive results had been inadvertent. It said the swimmers had tested positive for extremely low concentration. China also claimed that they were inadvertently exposed to the substance through contamination. China's 30-member swimming team won 6 medals at the Tokyo Games, including 3 golds. Prior to this incident, China's Olympic gold medalist Sun Yang, who was suspended for 3 months in 2014 after testing positive. Prior to the 2008 Beijing Games, several Chinese swimmers have been involved in doping cases. In 1994, 7 Chinese swimmers tested positive ahead of Hiroshima Asian Games. In 1998, 4 Chinese swimmers failed pre-competition testing. The incident will lead to tighter scrutiny of China before this year's Paris Olympics. Sports Desk, DD India.
Well, the World Anti-Doping Agency stands by its decision to clear Chinese swimmers before 2021 Tokyo Summer Games. The Chinese report determined that all the swimmers that tested positive were staying at the same hotel where traces of TMZ were found in the kitchen, the extraction unit above the hall and drainage units.
The World Anti-Doping Agency was in full damage control on Monday, firing back at the criticism over its handling of 23 positive tests from Chinese swimmers that head of the United States Anti-Doping Agency called potential cover-up. WADA confirmed on New York Times report that Chinese swimmers had tested positive for trimetazidine, which is found in heart medication, months before the COVID-delayed Tokyo Olympics began in July 2021. The findings sparked outrage across the sport and among anti-doping crusaders. In a show of unity, WADA forcefully responded to the attacks during a nearly 2-hour Zoom call with media that featured leaders from agency's Science and Legal Affairs Department, Investigative Unit and President Vitol Banka, who said the global anti-doping body stood by decisions and given circumstances and evidence would do the same again.
At every stage, WADA followed all due process and diligently investigated every lead and line of inquiry in this matter. If we had to do it over again now, we would do exactly the same thing. We carefully reviewed the decision of the Chinese anti-doping organization from every perspective. We interrogated every piece of evidence and gathered further information as appropriate. We had no evidence of wrongdoing to present and no credible way to disprove the contamination theory that was accepted by CHINADA and a position that was also accepted by Water Aquatics. In short, if we had taken such an appeal and challenged the contamination explanation, we would certainly have lost.
WADA said it was notified in June 2021 of China's National Anti-Doping Agency's decision to accept that swimmers returned adverse analytical findings after unintentionally being exposed to the drug through contamination. The global anti-doping body took opportunity on Monday to go through the case, outlining in detail how it consulted scientific experts and external legal counsel to test the contamination theory presented by China's National Anti-Doping Agency.
The ultimate source, meaning how the TMZ got into the kitchen, was not discovered. CHINADA and the authorities conducted a number of interviews in order to try and explore how the substance could have gone into the kitchen, but that didn't result in anything concrete, and they didn't hypothesize in their report.
To me, what is important to understand is that contamination is not just the substance; it's the context of a possible contamination. And even if the source of trimetazidine in this dossier is not identified, what we can certainly consider is that an individual who had been prescribed with trimetazidine was under the medication of trimetazidine and would have used it on site in the restaurant could have very well contaminated the areas.
The Chinese report determined that all swimmers that tested positive were staying at the same hotel where traces of TMZ were found in the kitchen, the extraction unit above the hall and drainage units. All the results were consistently low and fluctuating negative and positive. China's National Anti-Doping Agency ruled the positive test was a result of environmental food contamination and decided not to move forward, notifying WADA of the decision. The case file was made available to WADA Science Department, which determined the contamination scenario was not only plausible but there was no concrete element to call it in question. Legal experts who were consulted agreed an appeal to Court of Arbitration for Sport was not warranted. While detailed and thorough in its explanation, WADA's answers are unlikely to sway critics, who question how body can so easily accept the finding of an investigation conducted internally by China, a country has had tainted history when it comes to doping, particularly in pool. Sports Desk, DD India.
Well, the French historical sailing ship that will take the Olympic flame to Paris arrived at Greece's largest commercial port of Paris near Athens on Monday. The three-masted Baku Balim was greeted by a ceremony of municipal marching band and school children upon docking. The flame has been travelling around the country as part of the Greek leg of the torch relay after being lit in the archaeological site of ancient Olympia on April 16th. It will be handed over to the Paris Games organizers at the Athens Stadium on April 26th. According to France's Culture Ministry, the French-owned Belém, classified as a historical monument in 1984, it underwent restoration to carry the flame from Athens to Marseille. Well, FC Barcelona president Juan Laporta has said on Monday that Barcelona may request a full replay of Sunday's 3-2 La Liga loss at Real Madrid if Lamine Yamal's 28th minute attempt to score deemed not a goal after a VAR review has confirmed it to be a goal. The match was paused for several minutes as the VAR tried to determine whether Yamal's effort had crossed the goal line, but it could not find a clear camera angle and the decision not to award a goal stood. Laporta said that the club will request all footage and audio of the incident from the Spanish Football Federation. A Belgian Pro League match between Anderlecht and Genk, originally played in December, was scheduled to be replayed in full due to a VAR error after a disciplinary council for professional football ruled in favour of a Genk appeal. Laporta said he was dissatisfied with improper use of VAR, adding the tool was creating confusions with contradictory criteria according to matches and teams.
Benvolguts culers I afició del futbol en general.
As a club, we want to be sure about what happened, and it is for that reason that we will make an immediate request to the technical refereeing committee at the Spanish Football Federation for a comprehensive collection of footage and audio from the incident. If once this documentation has been analyzed, the club understands that an error was made in the revision of the incident, and we will take all the available measures to reverse the situation without discounting obviously any necessary legal action. If it is confirmed that it was a legal goal, we will move ahead and we do not discount requesting the game be replayed, just as has happened in another game in Europe due to a VAR error. We understand the difficulty faced by the officials, but it is for that reason that such tools like VAR exist, which should help the competition be fairer and not the other way around.
Well, Inter Milan won their 20th Italian title on Monday after a 2-1 win at AC Milan that gave Simone Inzaghi's side an unassailable lead in the standing. Inter have suffered only one league defeat this season, holding a 17-point advantage over the second-placed AC Milan with 5 matches still left to play. A header from Francesco Arribi in the 18th minute and a well-placed low shot from Marcus Thuram 4 minutes after the break were enough for Inter to claim victory. Former world number 1 tennis player Rafael Nadal will play for Team Europe in the Laver Cup of 2024 to be held in Berlin in September. Nadal will team up with fellow Spaniard Carlos Alcaraz, Daniel Medvedev and Alexander Zverev for the upcoming edition, which will be the 22-time Grand Slam winner's 4th appearance in the event. After a 3-month-long injury hiatus, Nadal returned to the court last week at the Barcelona Open, where he lost in the second rounds to Alex de Minaur. The French Olympic Committee started a 5-day tour of the facilities in the regions of the Rhône-Alpes, the Auvergne and the Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur on Monday as it presents its bid to host the 2030 Winter Olympic Games. The IOC Commission began its visit in the northern French Alps, where France wants to hold the cross-country skiing events. The chair of the Future Host Commission for the Olympic Winter Games, Karl Stoss, said he had a very good feeling, but that we have not crossed the finish line yet. President of the region, Laurent Roques, said that 95% of France's project is based on existing infrastructure, part of which will come from Albertville in 1992. France has also staged the Winter Games in 1924 in Chamonix and in 1968 in Grenoble. Well, thousands of Inter Milan fans took to the Piazza Duomo in the heart of the city on Monday night, casting shades of blue and black against the backdrop of the Milan Cathedral as they celebrated the Italian club clinching a 20th league title. Well, that's all for this edition of DD India Sports Buzz, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can connect with us on Facebook, X and Instagram. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I am Anil Thomas from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Sports Buzz.